Blessed afternoon, collective. How's it going? Are you exhausted? I'm exhausted. That's just me. Gosh, everything is moving so rapidly, and I am endeavoring not to fight, not to struggle, not to think, to simply allow, because everything is happening as it should be. I feel compelled. I feel the drive to pull a reading. I don't know what on. I thought about pulling on the energy of the upcoming Saturn retrograde, but I want to let that happen, or at least get closer. It's mixed with that new moon in Gemini. I don't know whether or not I will have a chance on Saturday. I'm going to say there will be time for it. But things are busy. Things are picking up pace. There's stuff happening and stuff to do. And it's a good thing. And I'm here for the flow of it. But with all that stuff happening, there is a massive oscillation in the energy. It's just this wave that is up and down rapidly. Sometimes it's a little slower, but it's a dramatic up and down. This is the way I'm experiencing it. I am only speaking for myself. All of this is only for myself. It is self-expression. This is a creative outlet. It is how I live. It's how I stay as sane as possible. All I care about is balancing my own energy. That's what feels good. This is all an effort towards that. I felt compelled to pull some runes today, which I haven't done in a long time, and I want more practice with them. I am not as familiar with them as I would like to be. That's something. But the runes that came out, just for the sake of sharing, and I am reading left to right because I'm choosing how to read. Laguz in reverse, Uruz, and Algiz. It feels like a call not to be afraid, to allow fear to surface, to allow whatever is rising from the depths to surface, but to face it with faith. Not just courage, but faith that everything is happening as it should be. It is all working out. All of this is for a purpose, a much greater one, a positive one, a powerful, transformative one. This is a time of great change. It's a time of awakening, powerful energy. Everything that is arising is here for a reason. It doesn't need to justify itself. It doesn't need to be explained. It doesn't need to be understood, just allowed and trusted. It's enough just to know this is the process. The soul is in the lead. Spirit is in the lead. And everything is really okay. Even being not okay. It's really, really okay to be not okay. That's allowed. You don't need to be afraid of that. You don't need to fear fear. You don't need to be disturbed by disturbance. And even if you are, that's okay too. There's always another level. There's always a deeper place, a deeper level of surrender. If you feel anxious about anxiety, find the place that's not anxious about being anxious. It's always there for us. I'm going to pull just on the general energy of the moment as it is affecting us. There is an aspect today, and I suspect that will come into play. That is in the present environmental energy. That aspect, I believe, is Mercury in Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces, which is still direct at the moment. And it feels tense. It feels like tension, man. It feels like some uncomfortable truths being realized. That there is a level of acceptance in it. It's a fearful acceptance. It's a painful acceptance. There's a helplessness to it. But, I mean, you just gotta let yourself be taken. The helplessness, there's still that's where the resistance is in feeling like there should be something that can be helped. Rather than allowing and understanding it's all being taken care of. It is being helped. Your role is simply to relax into it. Your role is not to try to change or to help anything. It's all as it should be. It doesn't need fixing. Just allowing, just surrender. I want to pull on this just to see what's going on. I feel attention. There is, at varying moments, a sort of gapping sensation, like a space opening. And it does feel like things being opened, things being revealed in a way that feels forcible. Again, that sort of sense of helplessness. It's a kind of trying to cover, trying to hide. Oh, got some beautiful, look at that. Those are real pretty. It is the feeling of trying to sort of cover oneself. Being naked, naked before the world. Remembering the dreams I used to have of trying to find a bathroom to change clothes in, and the bathroom was always not a bathroom, it was just a stall, like out in the open, and the doors were not doors, they were just a few feet wide, and so it wasn't really covering anything. I used to have those dreams all the time. The last time I had a dream about being naked in public, I was at a school, and I don't remember what had happened. I had gotten wet and taken off my clothes in the bathroom or something, and then they were gone. They were gone. Someone had taken them. And I decided to just walk out naked and start asking people if they'd seen my clothes, because somebody took them. Do you know? No? Okay. I'll keep walking then. Meanwhile, enjoy the show, because this is what it is. I'm strutting my ass around naked in the middle of a school, and I don't give a damn. That was a very empowering dream. Haven't had one since that involved anything like that, but it's the Ace of Cups at the bottom. It's flowing. Somebody doesn't want it to be flowing, and it is. It's all coming out. It's literally the feeling of someone trying to cover the heart chakra, cover this area. But it's exposed. It's just spilling over. What's underneath that? Jesus, judgment. Yeah, it's just spilling over. It's being revealed. Again, this type of energy is not energy that you choose. It is chosen for you. It is revealed because it's time, because your soul has said so and everything has aligned for that purpose. I knew I could feel pain. Sadness, yeah. Earlier it felt like 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and 5 of Pentacles. Those energies in general. Not wanting to see something, but we're seeing it. And it hurts. It doesn't feel good. But we know we have to look at it. There's shame. There's a lot of shame. There's embarrassment even here. There's nothing ever to be embarrassed about. Everything that happens to us in life happens for the reason of our learning, our expanding, our growing. We can't know what we want if we don't know what we don't want. And that means we have to do some of what we don't want. And then realize, oh, I didn't want that. I didn't want to do that. And I did that. And that feels not so great, but I don't have to judge myself for it. Now I have that information. And so moving forward, I do the opposite of that to please myself. It's not for anybody else. Yep. 8 broken cups, man. Been doing a lot of disappointing me, hurting me for fear of hurting others. or being perceived as hurting others, being told, whatever. And it sucks. I've been living this way. I have kept myself small and shut off and isolated from the world, from all that feels good, from everything I truly desire, because I was afraid. Because I was afraid of what someone would say. I was afraid of what would happen. Fear. All just living such a small, lonely, limited life because I've been afraid of what people thought of me, afraid of their perception. And what do I think of me? I'm not real happy with having let my concern of what others think rule my life, but I'm just judging myself more for that now. That's not the answer. The answer is to stop caring about the judgment. Stop judging. Stop judging the self. Stop worrying about other people judging the self. And just go. Strength. Yeah, just go. There is the energy to get grips on this. To lean into it. To say, you know what? I'm just gonna flow with it. Fuck it. Whatever people say. I'm gonna walk out there naked, right? I have been so worried, so ashamed of being vulnerable, of being honest about myself. And I'm just sick of it. It's not making me feel good, and I want to feel good. What would feel good? Being honest. Reaction be damned. Consequences be damned. Perception of others be damned. Yeah. It's time for a significant long-term change to a long-standing pattern, something that we have let rule us, a way of being, a behavior that we have been married to. For some, it may be a literal connection, but I don't want this other energy dictating my life anymore. That doesn't feel good. It's not serving me. There's not so much the awareness of how it's not serving them, but it's not important. It's about the self. It is about the self. It's about realizing that you gotta do what feels good to you. That's not anybody else's responsibility. It's not their power. They can't make you feel. You make you feel. It's time to choose to feel good. How do we do that? By being honest, by being open, by expressing our feelings, our truths, by embodying that, by following the good feeling impulse, by not hiding, by not caring, not giving one single damn about anything, what anybody thinks, what happens. All of that, the care over those things is based in fear. It's based in concern, in control, in worry, in ego, in shadow, in illusion. When we let that go and we surrender it all up to the universe, then we're going with the flow of the energy. We are divinely provided for, taken care of. Why did I want to see what's on top? Bullshit. And Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands, this all just came out. And Five of Wands. We know it's a bunch of bullshit. We know we have the choice to move, to take action, to make a change, to stop being wishy-washy, flippy-floppy, and actually do something. The choice is ours. The power is ours. It's in our hands, and the time for it is now. We can do it now. No more waiting. You don't have to wait on anybody or anything to change in order to start being happy, to start flowing with your own energy. It's all internal. It is wholly independent of the external world. It all depends on your perception. You can always surrender to the moment as it is. You can always follow the flow of your energy. If you are feeling compelled to express something, to move your body, to sing, to dance, to say something to somebody, and it feels good to do that. Purely good. Not because you're trying to elicit a reaction, not because you're running from some other emotion. It is the thing isolated. It feels good. It is good. You do it because the outcome, the result, doesn't matter. It matters that you did that thing, that you said that thing, that you were true to yourself. And you realize that's where the good feeling comes from. Always, only, and ever. Nothing outside of you. Only you. There's the moon. I can feel that energy off of this. Rising to the surface. Something hidden, emotional, mysterious. Something coming up. Something coming up. Yeah. There's a rise of feminine energy. And it's upsetting what we thought was a balance. But we're realizing was not balance. It was stagnant. It was imprisonment. There was no movement here. When there's not flow, there can't be balance. It's just stuck. It's just not moving. All the secrets, it's just all coming out. It's all coming out. I don't want this. I don't want to be ruled by fear. I am so sick and tired of that. I am going to cut the deck. What's that? Yeah. King of Cups. It's reverse energy. It's gushing. I'm tired of holding it back. I'm tired of holding it in. I want to fucking let myself feel. I can't stop myself from feeling. I'm tired of being ashamed of feeling. I want to feel. Three of Wands. I see the way out. The way out is through feeling. That's what it is. That is the answer. Doesn't matter what any energy around me is trying to say. My key is surrender to myself, to what I am feeling in this moment. Surrender to the whole moment means including what you're feeling in it. Allowing it to be there, not fighting it, and expressing it, honoring it, witnessing it, giving it voice. Whether it is simply within to yourself or externally. Letting it express fully, letting that full moment, which again contains the emotion, manifest as it is, in totality, without judgment, without repression. What is going on in this energy? Just what is this? Whatever you want to express, whatever you want to say, that's all I'm doing. I feel a thing. I'm embracing this moment. That's all I'm doing here, is embracing the entirety of this moment. There's something here that wants to express, and I'm just here to listen, without judgment, without question. So what is it? Page of Pentacles. There's a nervousness, but also an understanding and a desire to communicate. The feeling of being misled. There's multiple things. I let myself forget who I was. I let myself forget the dream that I had as a child, the path that I knew was mine. I let other energies, other people distort my understanding into thinking that that was fairy tale. That the dream that I knew was real for me was somehow impossible. Was somehow not right. Somehow not meant for me. I let them tell me what was meant for me. I let other people decide rather than listening to myself, rather than following my own intuition, my own heart, rather than allowing what was meant for me become. I forced myself into this box that was placed out there by other people who just pointed at it and said, get in the box. This is your box. Why? Because we say it is. Look, we've written your name on it. It's yours. This is the box you fit in. I let myself be convinced of that. Convinced out of my own power. Convinced to surrender my own power. It's underneath. There's that Ace of Cups again. Convinced that the feeling and flowing of emotion was wrong. That the following of my heart was wrong. That I should repress those things. Ignore them. Keep them hidden. I see it's all the opposite now. And it's been a long time since I've felt this and understood this, but I remember feeling this way as a child. It's coming back to me. I can't stop it. I am breaking out of this box. It's falling apart, whether I really want it to or not, because I don't fit in it. I don't fit in this box. I can't be contained by it. And there are energies around me that are disappointed, looking at me with disgust for being unable to fit myself in this box. Like there's something wrong with me for not fitting their expectations when they couldn't possibly know. I'm not here to live their life. I'm not here to live life for them. I'm here to be me, for me. To live without shame. I've been talked into shame. Fuck that. What's on top? Fuck that. There's a taking control here. I like this. Something is emerging. This is how the masculine serves the feminine, by witnessing that the soul is to be protected, it's to be honored, it's to be cherished. And if something pushes against that, if ego of our self or another self, it's all the same self, but you get what I mean. If ego is questioning that, it sort of turns back in on itself and goes, no. No, you want me to give away my power when the source of it is right here? You want me to go against what feels good? Because of fear? Because of programming? No. Something is pulling up the pants here. Putting on the big boy britches and saying, you know what? I don't think you know my life. I don't think you know what I want. I've forgotten what I want because I've let other people tell me what I want rather than finding out for myself. I am remembering now. I'm here to find out what I want by experiencing everything, experiencing contrast, experiencing what I don't want, which I'm realizing now is everything I've done, everything I've allowed myself to be squeezed into, all of these boxes that I've fit and I've checked off and what have you. I don't want any of this. None of this is what I want. Maybe it's what other people want. Fine. That is fine for them. I don't need to erase it. I don't need to destroy it. Let those people enjoy that. But it's not for me. This is not for me. And I'm knowing with more clarity than I have in a long time, maybe ever before, what is for me, because of my awareness, my excruciating awareness of this being not it. This is not it. Moon comes back. It's all coming out. There is a release of fear here. It's an understanding of how we've let fear keep us back, and we're getting one up on it. We are leaning into it. It's, you know what, all of the things that people told me to be afraid of and that I let myself feel afraid of, I'm going to do those things. I'm going to fly in the face of fear. Determinedly. I've let myself be stuck for so long. Letting others control me. Surrendering my power to others. Out of fear. It's all been fear. Fear of what would happen, fear of what they would think. And none of it has felt good, none of it's gotten me anywhere, none of it's brought me happiness. Nope, none of it has brought me joy. In fact, it's all just made me sick. Sick within myself. I've just kept it all down for so long. And I've kept all of this down because I was afraid of what people would think, of how this would be received, and I don't care anymore. It's coming out because I want it to, because it has to, because I'm starting to understand this is making me sick. This is what's making me feel bad. The hiding, the shame, the guilt, the lies, the illusion, the facade that I've kept up for so long, trying to keep things under wraps, trying to keep things in control, to keep myself in the opinion of others, in control. To keep my emotions in control. No, those need to flow. I am getting it now. I need to feel. I need to be allowed to express how I feel. In fact, it doesn't matter if anyone allows me. I allow me. They are not in control of my emotions. Not my feeling, not my expression of them. That is wholly within my power, and I am letting them out. I want one more. There's that Four of Cups. There's an invigoration here. It turned into a 4 card. I'm not sure why, but it did. I've rejected so much that other people have told me to reject. I've rejected myself. I was so afraid of not being accepted by other people that I've rejected myself. I've been trying to fit in to their tiny container, to their fear-based box that they don't even fit in, much less me. Very interesting. Very interesting. There's this feeling of being infiltrated, of being unduly influenced, recognizing, realizing the influence that others have had over us, that we've been sort of a puppet on a string, how we've allowed ourselves to be manipulated, and a standing up against that of no more. You feel how you want to feel. You react how you want to react. If you reject me, fine. If you're angry, raise all the threats. Stand in front of the door. Tell me I can't leave. I'll go out the window. This is interesting. No, I'm going to keep pulling. It wants to keep moving. For some reason, it just does. So, it's 8 cards now. What's in the second row? That's why. That's fucking why. What's red with the Emperor? I almost said it's red with the Emperor. The Empress. I have rejected myself. My own soul. My own emotion. My own feminine energy, which is all of those things. The feeling, the soul, the intuition. Again, it's that feeling of someone having been told that emotion is inappropriate, that it's unacceptable. Get a hold of yourself. Quit being so emotional. Quit crying. Quit whatever it is. Quit feeling. And someone going, you know what? That is a load of shit. Someone telling me not to feel? You feel whatever you feel. You're welcome to feel that you don't want me to feel. I'm gonna fucking feel. And I'm gonna tell you about it. Furthermore, I'm not gonna keep it hidden for your comfort. Be as uncomfortable as you want. Again, stand there with your fingers in your ears. I'm letting this out. Because that's a load of bullshit. It doesn't serve me. And it doesn't feel good. And I'm gonna do what feels good. I'm gonna express. I'm gonna follow the feminine energy. I'm going towards the feminine. I'm not saying anything about an external 3D person. This is just energy. I think it has a lot to do with the rise of internal feminine and the balancing with the masculine. Again, when these energies balance, the masculine sees how it's been subverting its own desire. Its own desire is the feminine. The internal masculine desires the feminine. It realizes it's been working against her. It's been working against what it wants. It's been working against its own happiness. How does it find its way back? By stopping, by releasing the control, by saying, hey, you take the lead. You lead this charge. You know. I don't know. But you seem to know, so let me listen to you. And let me champion you. Let me be your champion. In the face of my own bullshit, in the face of unruly masculine energy, I will discipline that aspect of myself. And in fact, discipline it with love, with appreciation, with the understanding that that's not serving me. I am not serving myself to allow the manipulation, to allow the repression of emotion. And I get how I've fallen down this pit, essentially. Been programmed myself into believing that the answers were out there, that others, external energy, had the answer, that somehow other energy knew more about me than I did, that myself was not to be trusted. I see how that's happened. I see my own bullshit, and I'm not fooled by it anymore. I trust this. I trust intuition. Yeah, turning off the brain, shutting down the fear, looking at it, seeing it for what it is. Just a bunch of baloney. Just a bunch of baloney. Fear only serves us to see that it's not serving us, that it's not a thing to be listened to. It's not a thing to be afraid of. It's all an illusion. These are not real swords. Okay, it's a part of the depiction of this card. There is no threat here. There are no swords hanging above us, waiting to fall. It's just an outline. It's just a painting. It's just a flattened picture on a wall. There's nothing here. There's no threat. This fear means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a sensation. It's just a piece of old programming. It's not a thing to be listened to. What do we listen to? The intuition, the inner voice, the inner wisdom, seeing past that illusion. That's what's happening here. Somebody is shutting it down. Temperance. Oh, yes, I love it. Balance happening within, allowing the flow to take place with just determination. It's disciplined surrender. It's just the determination to surrender, which is all you ever need. Again, there's always a deeper level of surrender. If you witness resistance, you go, okay, there's resistance. If you feel like you're resisting the resistance and you're trying to change it, you go, oh, I'm resisting the resistance. Okay. There's always another level. There's always another dimension of your consciousness that you can dive into, or ascend to, rather, and release the resistance there. And all of it gets swept along with that. When you find the place, the point of surrender, doesn't matter how many layers of resistance you got stacked on that, it all loosens, it all releases. All of it starts to flow again. There's a new determination to let the soul energy lead, to pay attention to the workings of ego, of the mind, within and without. How are we surrendering our power? How are we surrendering it to others? How are we doing it within ourselves? Paying attention. Again, if you feel fear arise, if you feel anxiety, shame arise, that's just your indicator to stop and look at that thing. That's it. Not fight against it, not try to change it, not even try to understand it. You don't have to question it. You don't have to know where it came from. You just go, oh, there's resistance. So I thought a thought that evoked this emotion, which means the thought that I thought is not a true thought. It is false. It is the opposite. So what is the other direction of that thought? And even if I can't quite get there, I can just surrender in this moment, again, to the experience of the sensation. Okay, here's some contrast. Okay, everything is fine. I have the opportunity to feel something that doesn't feel good, but still connect myself to that place of satisfaction, that place of peace, that feeling for the rightness of the moment. And how do I get there? By surrendering to this, by knowing it's okay. It's okay. This is fine. Nothing's gone wrong. It doesn't mean anything. Somebody's getting the key. Somebody's figuring it out. Oh, Eight of Swords. I've overthought all of this. The answer is not in thinking. I've overthought the Empress. I've been trying to apply thinking to feeling. They're not the same thing. In fact, when I'm thinking, I'm blocking myself from feeling. When I am thinking, when I am actively projecting with the mind, I am not receiving the guidance of my soul. I'm not able to feel. I'm not able to hear. It's that still, subtle voice. That's why you have to quiet the mind to hear it. But when the heart chakra is open, and it's being opened for everybody, it gets louder. The feeling gets stronger. It gets harder to ignore. It says, feel. Feel, motherfucker. Stop thinking and feel. Let yourself feel. That is the secret, and it's being realized here. How we've been trained into thinking when that really just, it leads us nowhere. It's just another form of manipulation. It's just the ego again thinking that it has control, that's how it regains control, which is out of fear. It only wants control because it's afraid. It says, I gotta think, I gotta figure this out, I gotta puzzle this out, I have to have a plan, it has to make rational sense, I have to be able to demonstrate it, to explain it, to justify it to other people or myself. Ego is realizing that's not the case. That is not how this works. And it just leads us in a circle, an endless circle. Look at that, the deck split. It just keeps us stuck. It never gives us a direction. When we follow fear, and fear says, keep thinking, figure it out, because if you don't figure it out, you can't control the outcome. And then we never take action. We never do anything. It's analysis paralysis. And whatever happens, whatever the result is, we don't feel good. Because we're just clenched in resistance. It was never about the outcome. It's about the resistance. The outcome doesn't matter. It's not what makes you feel. It's not what makes you feel good or bad. What makes you feel good is the release of resistance. How do you do that? Shutting down the brain, stopping thinking, stopping caring, stopping trying, letting what is be, letting whatever happens happen, expressing your emotions freely, flowing your truths, embodying yourself, witnessing your own ego, your own mind, and just stepping back from it and going, I don't need to listen to that. I don't need to listen to that. The balance is found in the allowance, in the flow, in the free falling. That's where you're flying, that's when you allow the universe to support you. That's where you find your wings, in the feeling of falling and letting it happen, not fighting it. Gemini Christmas. 3 more cards and a bottom card, and I'm good. This is very interesting though. I mean, the Emperor and Empress, it's happening. Balance is happening. Again, one way or another. The energy is restoring itself to balance at a grand scale. And in the same way that when you reach that deeper place of surrender, that there's always a deeper place, even if there's resistance upon resistance upon resistance, once there is the surrender, all of the other resistance, all of those other layers get swept along with it in surrender. It's the same with this energy. This is the broader circle, the broader cycle, the broadest, actually. At the highest level, energy is balancing. And because of that, I just dropped a bunch of cards. It's just taking care of itself. It doesn't matter. The energy is balancing. Look at that. The Chariot. It's balanced energy. That's what that represents. It doesn't matter what the resistance to it is. It just falls apart. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's not going to change anything. I got 4 cards again. Okay, let's hear the Chariot. The High Priestess, yeah. Unseen forces at work. Bringing this to balance, bringing this forward again, just steadfastly with determination. It's similar energy to that Knight of Pentacles crossed by the moon. I mean, it's coming out. It's coming out because it's been surrendered at the highest level, because our soul has surrendered it. Whether or not our awareness, our conscious awareness, has been let in on that process, the soul has surrendered. The soul has said, let it all come out. Let the energy come to balance. And so it is. It's just getting swept along. Wheel of Fortune. All of its major arcana too. It is not within three-dimensional control. It does not matter. It does not matter what the resistance of the ego is. It doesn't matter what the illusion being projected in the three-dimensional world is. It's happening. Feminine energy is rising. It is being restored to the throne. And we're just experiencing the results of that, essentially. It's taking place, no matter what. Everything else that happens as a result of this higher level shift. Again, Earth is ascending. It doesn't matter if anybody believes it or not, if they think they're participating in it or not. It is. It's shifting. Yeah, 2 of Wands. It's all changing. The past is being released. It's time to see something clearly, in full color. It is time to experience the full spectrum of who and what we are. The full spectrum of emotion. The full spectrum of love. Clarity, awareness, understanding of our own self. And what all of this is. And again, the illusion is just being left behind. Even as we cling to it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's being shifted. It's being removed. It is being surrendered. We are all being set upon the soul path. You never fall off of it. But it's going to only become more and more obvious that we are not in control in physical reality. All of this efforting and work and exertion and pushing and pulling and stacking things into piles and look at how big my pile is and how well I can defend it. None of that matters. All of that can be just shifted by the universe in an instant. And then all of your efforts to defend and establish are revealed to be totally pointless, useless. You're not in control. The universe is always in control. The universe being your highest self, being you, your soul, operating for your highest good, your benefit, following the plan that you designed for yourself, for the whole of yourself, the benefit of all of yourself, which includes all life, all that is, all that bees. But that also includes you personally, individually. Nothing is excluded. It is for your personal highest good as well as the collective highest good. And it's happening. One way or another, what's underneath that resistance? Yeah, liberation. Happening. One way or another. Doesn't matter. Underneath that, the 7 of Wands. We are being set clearly upon the path. If we were mucking about in karma that we hadn't resolved, that's okay. The universe is taking care of it. It's just, I get the feeling of, being picked up by a giant hand and placed over here. You thought you were over here. You thought you were going down that path, but now you're going down this one because this is the one you're supposed to be on. And it doesn't matter how much you wriggle about. It's underneath that. Yeah, it's coming to balance, and the card that split underneath that is the Lovers. The choice made by the universe, made by your soul, with or without your conscious three-dimensional egoic participation. The energy is resolving. Something is resolving. Something is opening up. Because it's time. Because the energy is aligned to support this. Yeah, the Star, 2 of Swords, the Magician, everything I just said. It's time to be put on the path of destiny. It's time for the crossroads to be not a crossroads anymore. You're taking the step down the road that is for you. It's being revealed. If there was any confusion, one of these is just going away. It's either being revealed as this sword is all shiny and pretty and this one is totally rusty, it's shit, it's obvious, or it's just gone. It's just being removed. There's really, the choice is made. The path is clear. It's set, it is open, and the universe is it's just that little push saying, yep, this is it. Go. You go now. It's kind of a parent at school with their kid on the first day saying, you go. You are going into the classroom. I'm not taking you home. That's it. I'm leaving without you. You're here now. Go on. Like it or not, this is what's happening. Because it is actually what you asked for. It is actually what you like. If you stop balling yourself up in the resistance against it and you open your eyes and just go, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is everything that I want. It's like, I haven't had this one come in a long time. It's like bringing a kid, like getting a kid out of bed early in the morning, and they don't want to wake up. They're sleepy. They're tired. They want to stay asleep. They're warm. They're comfortable in the bed. They view it as a big inconvenience. It's a big inconvenience. It's a disturbance. It's, no, I don't want to, mommy. And just, maybe they're kicking and screaming, or they're covering their eyes and their ears, and they just refuse to wake up. They refuse to open their eyes. They refuse to be awake, to participate in what's happening. You're taking them out of bed. The universe, essentially, is lifting us out of bed and saying, we're going someplace you want to go. We're going the place that you asked to go. You don't want to open your eyes and see? And we're just going, no, but it was so warm in the bed, and I wasn't expecting this, and it didn't happen in the way or the time that I expected, and it's inconvenient. I was asleep. I was all comfy and tucked in and asleep. And it's just that resistance. And then finally, as the universe is carrying us, the child, saying, well, okay, we're going because you asked, and because you deserve what you asked for, and because this is something you really want, and actually is for your benefit, and will make you really, really happy, really feel good. We're going, and we're here, and you can keep your eyes closed and keep crying. That's okay. Or you can open your eyes and let it be what it is and see where we are. And I leave that up to you. I can't make you open your eyes. I'm not going to try to pinch them open. You get to decide. If you want to lay here and cry in my arms, because I'm always holding you, says the universe, you can do that. You can do that as long as you want, and we'll just be right here. But when you get tired of that, and you decide maybe it's worth it to just stop the resistance. You're tired of crying, you're tired of feeling bad, you're tired of it, you want to feel good. You open your eyes and you see, we're at Disney World. We're here at Disney World, and the entire park is closed just for you. Just for you. All the staff is here. All your favorite characters, all the rides, everything is running, and it's all for you. And you get free reign of the park. You get to go and explore and enjoy. And it's what you wanted. It's what you asked for. To have this exciting, amazing adventure provided for you. And I've done that. I've got it all here set up for you. And it'll be here when you decide that you're tired of fighting. You're ready to trust, and just open your eyes. Just wake up. Just participate in life as it's happening for you. All the good feeling is right there. All of the wonder, the beauty is available to behold anytime that you choose it. That's the whole message. That's all I got. That feels good. I feel good resonating in that energy, basking in it, I feel held by the universe. And that's nice. Feels nice, and I like feeling nice. It is good to feel good. It is deserved when we release that silly little resistance that even the universe is not judging us for. It's just saying you can stop at any time. It's okay. You will eventually. You will release the resistance eventually. Even if it's only when you croak. Now, everybody releases it when they sleep. That's how it sneaks in, especially. But it's all happening. All the good things, all the blessings, everything that we've ever truly desired within our heart, truly in our heart of hearts, asked for with our soul. The universe has delivered, and it's here for all of us to just open our eyes to, release the resistance against it, and let it flow in. And it really starts with, and is its own evidence of, in the emotional manifestation. That's really all you want anyway, is to feel good. You can start doing that right now by just stopping doing that thing that is keeping your focus in the other direction and letting yourself feel good. That is the whole message. Resonates with me. That's all that matters. Truly. I do intend that it resonates with you. I intend for this to be beneficial, meaningful to others, but I do this for my own self-expression, to lean into the flow of the universe and my own role within it. So let me know. Does it resonate? Leave me a comment. Like, subscribe if you feel so inclined, but do something that feels good to you. That's it. And don't do it because I said so. Do it because it feels good. And because you deserve to feel good. I mean, is it that complicated? It's that simple. Just open your eyes. You're at Disneyland, baby. Or Disney World, or whatever. Or the Bahamas, or, Fiji, or the Swiss Alps. I don't know. Choose your own adventure. That's the whole point. You are in control. This is your dream. It's all a dream, and you're dreaming it. Why not let it be a good one? That's all I got. Have a beautiful afternoon, my beautiful collective. And know that always and always, in every vector of time and space, the universe has got your back. And I absolutely love you. Take it easy.